Hello and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Jordan Wilkerson.
And I'm Mike Prangley. Get the confidence to tackle your next home improvement project. The Jacksonville Home and Patio Show is this weekend at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. There's going to be vendors, demonstrations, and of course, a special guest.
Yes, one of them is joining us in the studio before she hits the home and patio stage. Virginia Chamlee is the author of Big Thrift Energy. Oh my gosh, I love that title. Thank you for joining First Coast Living.
Thank you for having me.
So thrifting, I mean, it's huge, right? People love to do that. I love to do that. But how did you get into it and why?
So I started thrifting when I was really, really young. I was raised by my grandmother out in Ponte Vedra, actually, so not too far from here. And she had a real knack for finding not just affordable things, which I think is sort of why we all like to thrift, but finding valuable pieces, designer pieces, museum quality art. So when I got older and got my first apartment and my first home, that's where I turned to outfit my space. And about 7 years ago, I started selling my finds and sort of sharing things on Instagram. And I have since amassed you know, kind of an exciting roster of clients. Some A-list celebrities have bought pieces that I've thrifted here in Jacksonville and big name designers. So I wrote the book to teach everybody what it is I do and how I do it.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Such fun stuff.
I love shopping with my grandma. We've got great memories. So you love shopping, and that's how you got started. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, you love grandma. And so for those that want to take their shopping to the next level, just getting into thrifting, what can they do? What should they know?
So obviously the book is full of tips, and on Saturday at the Home and Patio Show, I'll be sharing my tips specifically on thrifting, even though there are so many other ways to shop, you know, estate sales, antique malls, all of that. I think the biggest thing you can do is just go often. You know, people will always ask me what my favorite thrift store is locally, and I say really a region more than an actual store. Beach Boulevard, for example, is great. There's a Salvation Army and a Goodwill and a Habitat Restore and some mom and pop shops sort of all within a 5-mile vicinity. So I think if you can make a day of it and just stop at as many thrifts as you possibly can, you're bound to find something.
And you get some good exercise that way too. You get your steps in.
Yeah, get your steps in, exactly.
Because I tried to keep up with grandma and mom. It was tough. Oh my goodness, I was exhausted. But yeah, good advice. Just keep moving and you get in your kind of your system down, right?
Yeah, and I love that you kind of just gave us a street we can go down now and find a bunch of places. Now, this is really, really neat. You found something that was worth $10,000, but you got it for 90. Or tell me how that worked out. Or you got it for 90 and sold it for. Tell me how that.
So I haven't sold it. I don't think I ever will. I joke that I will live in it one day if everything goes bad. But so I have this really incredible trunk. It's by the brand Goyard, which is very similar to Louis Vuitton. It's sort of a storied French luggage house. But it's a bit more rare than Louis Vuitton. It's they don't have an online presence, so it's really hard to even find the pieces new. But I found this trunk for $95 at a thrift store in Orange Park. That sadly no longer exists, this thrift store. I know everyone asks me about it, but yeah, it just said old trunk, $95.
And they had no idea probably what they were looking at, right?
No, and I had it authenticated.
Now, did you know when you saw it?
I knew what I thought it was. When I read the tag, though, I thought this must just be a really good fake. There's no way, right? Because it's covered in the logo of the brand, and it has these metal plates with the address and everything. So I did invest some money to get it authenticated, and I found out it's the real deal.
So what is a tip that you can give us then if we're looking at something? I mean, how do we know, okay, I think there's more to this than what they've priced it. I think this is better than maybe what they think.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly some context clues. If something's heavy, that means it's more well-made. So if it's a piece of brass, you know, and it's actually heavy versus just being brass plated and sort of hollow inside. If it's weathered and looks like it has some age, so if it's a painting, maybe turn it around and look at the back. Is it stained? That might mean it's, you know, more valuable than a new piece. And then look for maker's marks. Of course, some of these things actually say who made it on them.
Good advice.
Thanks.
And so the Home and Patio Show, you're going to do more than just have a booth and just be out there. So tell us what you're going to be doing. I
am going to share all of my tips for thrifting and show some imagery from the book of pieces that I found. I think the great thing about this show is that 99% of the pieces I found in the book were actually found in Jacksonville.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, so I'm excited to sort of share that with a local audience.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And now that we know you're local, might have to have us, you know, do a little bit more into your book and what we can do.
We should all go thrifting one day.
That would be fun.
Okay, I'm in. All right. And for more on this segment, just head to our website, and that is firstcoastliving.net.